Anubis.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Hey, sorry about that. I'm eating some ice cream right now.
You were telling me busting out the glow sticks on that theme song, man.
Yeah. Hey, it kind of reminds me of the way that raid that was going on. If you guys are any Blade fans, when they were in the room.
I love Blade.
Yeah, Blade, dude. But hey, guys, quick gossip of the day. Maybe somebody can tell me I just found out what the hell went down in El Paso a couple of days. Can somebody tell me what the hell's going on over there?
Not me.
Dude,
I gotta see what happened.
the FAA shut down the airport for 10 days.
For 10 days.
Yeah, they shut down the airspace, all the airspace around El Paso.
Dude, who does that? We only do that only for the state of an emergency, a country in crisis or an emergency.
Yeah.
What did they say it was like what did they say it was? They thought it was like a cartel spy drone or something, and then they said it was like a balloon, which is the usual. That's a balloon. Yeah. I don't know.
The government, we can think of better bullshit than that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? People from New Mexico, I think in Las Cruces, said they saw something falling out of the sky.
Huh.
The thing is, Las Cruces is not too far from what's that military base in New Mexico? I can't think of the name.
Alamogordo.
No,
by White Sands. Yeah.
No, there's another underground base there. Nobody likes to talk about.
In southern New Mexico?
No, it's in Central.
I know there's an Air Force base in Alamogordo. And the Red Rocks out there.
You know, they got the one at Roswell if it's still open, but there's another base out there.
Did they say, I think Los Alamos? I know that's central New Mexico, but I heard there was something underground there.
Yeah, and Las Cruces is only 20 minutes from El Paso.
Oh, yeah, Los Alamos would be hours. Yeah, I don't know.
They saw what fell from the sky. And the government couldn't come up with a bigger cover than blame drones from the cartels. What would be the purpose of cartels using drones? Dropping off large bags of marijuana?
No, they would definitely not use drones.
I don't see it.
I mean, why would drones when you have tunnels?
Exactly.
Right. And then it's weird that they're just releasing all the alien files now, like in the last couple of days. Like, I don't know if that plays along with it, but that's kind of strange.
And what's really kind of strange is Steven Spielberg is coming out with that movie, The Day of Disclosure.
Just saw the preview, yeah.
That's going to be an interesting show.
Didn't he do Close Encounters too?
He did Close Encounters, yes.
And wasn't that based on actual footage?
That was based on actual. That actually supposedly had went down up in Montana.
I heard he has the actual footage from that because they were supposed to like film it at the time, and they did, but then they decided not to release it because it was crazy. And then he made that movie based on the footage.
He had people who knew that there was something going on there, and they were supposed to have an interview with Steven Spielberg, but they never did. They backed out at the end. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
that whole El Paso thing. Picture you can't go nowhere without you can't take a plane, dude. Medevac, evac from hospitals can't get people to locations to the hospital. This is how much they wanted to cover stuff up, and it's crazy.
Didn't they open the airport shortly after though? Like I heard it was like 10 days or something they said, and then a few hours went by, they opened it back up.
Allegedly, but I think that airspace was still shut off for a certain extent, you know. But even if that was the case, it takes a while for crash and recover to even get there, unless they were on site already.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You know, crashing those guys. You know, I don't know where would they come out of that would be that quick. It might have been Roswell. It might have been a base close by. But for them to get there that fast, that's you know kind of weird. But anyway, Ecto Mike, man, please welcome to the show. I appreciate you taking out of your time. Hey, my co-host, Mr. N and Miss Irene, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
And all you guys that are on different social media platforms, Kick, Rumble, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, appreciate it, man. Ecto Mike, man, when I saw that name on TikTok, I was like, let me reach out to this guy, see if I can get him on the show, man. But dude, coming out of Arizona, man, there's a lot going on in Arizona.
Yeah. Arizona's nice, man. I love it here. I'm actually I grew up in New York, so that's where I hail from about 21 years. Lived in New Mexico for like 15 years, and now I'm here in Arizona, and I've been here like 12 years. I just told you all how old I am, but I've been here like 12 years, and it's beautiful here. And you're right. There's a lot of stuff going on here, man, for real.
Yeah. You know, but we're going to get to the main paranormal attraction here in a little bit. But quick questions. Where did you come up with Ecto Mike? Is that something from the movies Ghostbusters? You know, how did you come up with that name?
It's kind of a nod to the Ghostbusters. I mean, being like, God, man, I remember growing up, you know, like in the 80s when Ghostbusters were popular or what have you. They got Ecto-1, you know, the ectoplasm. They had all that stuff. And it kind of fed in with my personality, how I wanted to be, you know, I'm kind of playful with it, you know. So that's kind of where it came from. I was like, you know what, let me just give that a shot, see if that name takes off. And people seem to like it. So, yeah, that's where it came from.
Yeah, I love it, man, because it's definitely an eye catcher. Because it definitely caught my eye on TikTok. You know, so. Okay,
thanks, man.
Mike, man. We're going to throw you a bunch of questions, man. Sit back and relax. I hope you got your phone charged up because this podcast usually lasts probably about an hour and a half. It really depends on how good the conversation is. Okay. You know, sometimes, you know, my co-hosts, you know, we get to talking and discussing things and time somehow, some way just fly.
Right.
You know, and before you know it, it's 5 hours later. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I got a charging block, man. I'm good for hours.
All right. So, first question of the day. You are an individual paranormal. You're a solo guy.
I am solo. My girlfriend does come with me on occasion. She jumped on board. She loves doing it, so she's coming along with me. And I'm trying to slowly build a team out here. Ecto Mike's paranormal team, or known as Empty, EMPTY, kind of how you feel like in a haunted house. Another clever name there. But yeah, I started by myself. Yeah, that's it.
Is it how are you how far are you coming along as for collecting members, getting members to join your organization?
It's been kind of rough. So to be honest with you, I mean, like, here in Arizona, and if there's any Arizonians on here, feel free to reach out to me. But it's kind of competitive, you know, like the market out here. I say market, but the community out here is really like business focused. So a lot of like ghost tours and haunted towns, throwing private events, stuff like that. So they probably do it on their side, but getting team members that aren't already part of a team, I've found is actually being pretty rough. I'm planning on getting out. I know pretty recently there's actually a haunted museum just opened up in town, and that's owned by a local paranormal team, all women owned, which is awesome. But I'm probably going to head out there this week, see if I can make some more connections with those guys. Not try to recruit, but build a bigger team.
Yeah, get bigger.
Go ahead.
No, it's the floor is yours. Go.
Yeah. So I got to build a bigger team, and then plus it helps too. I mean, I'll just say this up front. Like I've noticed in Arizona too, trying to get into places to do investigations is not easy. Like what I've noticed out here is people love to say we're haunted or paranormal, or they use that to attract tourists or what have you, but they won't let me get in there to do an investigation. And I've reached out to several places out here that are haunted, like the Jerome Hotel, a few other places, and I just get emails back saying, no, sorry, paranormal investigations are not allowed here. But yet you're going to advertise that you are haunted, or there's paranormal activity here. So and as a matter of fact, I think I might even adjust my TikTok channel to that, trying to get into these places and getting rejection. So that's like nobody does that, dude. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a brilliant idea, but because I got scores of emails of just rejections and stuff. Although I did find a local museum here in the Superstition Mountains that want to allow me to do an investigation there, but with the limited amount of paranormal activity there and the amount that they want to charge me to do it, I'm not sure that's actually going to work out. Yeah, maybe. But I'm thinking also doing like a private event. I know, like I said, everybody's business based here, but if I can get an event, because I have lots of equipment, if I can get people to get hands-on with some of the equipment that I have, I think they may be able to want to join this private event, is what I'm trying to do. But it's one place so far said yes, everybody else said no. So I'm working on it.
And trust me, dude, everything you just said sounds so familiar when I just, when I started this adventure that we're on, having a hard time.
Yeah.
Nobody believes in you. People preach, but turn around and say no.
Exactly.
The best way, and the best way that I did it is I reached out to my community just by having a normal meet and greet at like a Buffalo Wild Wings or someplace where people congregate after a long day at work. And I would set up their equipment, and I would just let people come and touch and, do what they do. And that's where the questions will start coming in. And that's where it's like, man, I've been always. So once they get more familiar with you and, and raise that bar down with them, they'll feel more comfortable with you. And that's when you're able to, people express interest into, the paranormal. And that's where you will find your members. I've done that, 3 or 4 times, and and each time I've been successful. Not always at the same location, but always at different locations. And I always find out the best way to go is to breweries. You go to a brewery, Buffalo, a sports bar, and just go and just let it all hang out, man. People gonna ask you. People. One thing I know about us, people. We're curious, because if they see something that's not in the norm, they're going to go ask questions. And the first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh man, I've been into this. I've been that," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." And if you're interested, and if they're interested, they want to push it farther. Beyond means, hey, here's my number, here's my email. If you're ever thinking about, joining the team or whatever, because I am looking for members, reach out to me.
No, that's probably true. That is true, man. Because I have most of the time, if people have like an paranormal experience, not everybody, but a lot of people keep that inside because it's so taboo. They don't want other people to think they're crazy. And I've noticed when I tell people, hey, like I'm into that, that's exciting for me. I go looking for that. They do open up and they want to tell me their story because I may or may not believe them, but I'm probably, more apt to believe them than the other guy drinking a beer next to them. So that certainly would help. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because the guy next to the beer is going to tell that guy over there, hey, you've been drinking too many beers. It's time for you to Uber home.
Have another shot. Yeah.
But dude, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And just keep growing and elevating yourself. If you, like they always tell me, if you build it, they will come.
Yep. That's exactly it, man. I'm just going to keep pushing forward. We're trying to find, the places we can go to where we're not going to get kicked out. We try to go to places like, we went to the Queen Mary a month ago to do an investigation over there. That was fun. So, we just got to keep our eyes out, and just places I can get to. Like next weekend, we're going to Wyatt Earp's ex-wife who committed suicide cemetery. I'm going to be doing a live feed from there next weekend. And it's a public place, so we can get out there, So I'm just trying to find all those places, get the recognition, make the friends, get team members. Yeah. Hopefully it'll all work out.
The biggest thing, dude, if you can solve the mystery of the superstitious mountains, boom, you're famous.
I know.
If you can find that gold,
yeah.
you got. I mean, I'm not telling you to take it, but if you just find it, then dude, sky's the limit.
Taking it. Yeah, man. I'm not.
Have you been to Jerome,
Arizona? Oh yeah. I've been to Jerome a few different times, and that's the town is really cool. It's got a lot of like hippies and crystals, type of place, and like everything's named after.
Kind of like Sedona.
Yeah, but way smaller. And it's all on a big hill. And then, of course, they got the Jerome Hotel out there, which is cool. And unless you're a guest there, they only allow you on the first floor, which there's a restaurant there. You can see the elevator, which apparently a worker had hung himself in. But you can't get up into the room. So I haven't stayed there to do an investigation yet, but like I said, I have reached out to them to try to get an experience there, like a private experience there. I was even willing to rent out a whole floor, you know what I mean? And just have guests come in and stay and hold a safety meeting and everything for them to do with full equipment. And they declined it. So, but a place has definitely got a dark vibe, man. That place is definitely creepy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you're inviting people to this hotel. The hotel's making money and they tell you no?
Yeah, I mean, my whole plan with it is like, hey, how much do you want for a whole floor? Like, I'll come up with the money to pay for a whole floor. Then, I would, of course, sell tickets or whatever, people I know, whatever, pitch in on this, and then we could take over a whole floor. And this way, it's not going to impact the other guests there. The hotel's making their money. Maybe I can make a few bucks off of it, like all this. And no, they're just not down with it. They were nice. I mean, they weren't jerks about it, but yeah, they just turned me down.
Did they give you a reason?
That I don't remember the reason, man, for that place exactly, because I've reached out to other places out in Phoenix too. There's some famously haunted hotels, and I've offered to take up a whole floor, and usually they just tell me we don't allow paranormal investigations here. So, or you're only allowed to have a handheld device. So I could walk around with EMF detectors, but that's not the premier experience I would want these other people to have. You know what I mean? Because they're, you know how it is with an EMF. You know, you can hold it to an outlet, and oh my God, there's ghosts in the outlet. Like, no, like I have full spectrum cameras. You know, I have REM pods. You know, of course, most people have those, but I have all sorts of stuff that I want them to experience, and maybe convert some skeptics over. You know, like to show them these things. And I'm struggling with that, so I'm going to keep pushing forward with that. But it's been rough.
I ran across that at Driscoll, which that was a big flop, and I ran across that at a couple other locations where they tell me that you can't do this. See, but you know what? I'm a smart guy. They tell you that you can't have cameras in there. But I got me some spy glasses that has the camera in the glasses, and all I got to do is hit that button, and I'm recording everything I see. So you know, there's ways of getting around that. You know, okay, guys, y'all want to play? We can play too. You know, sometimes you gotta think outside the norm when you're dealing with people like that. You know, because they are so. You know, they are so, well, what's the word I'm looking for? They are into the situation, which is not the paranormal, but, you know, you got to outsmart the people that think they're smarter than you. So, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I know, I can't remember the name of it, man, but there's a smaller hotel now in Jerome. Actually, it might be, I think it's called Cottonwood, which is a town connected directly to Jerome. And it was known as like the small Grand Hotel. And it was used for like, you know, coal miners back in the day when that place was booming. And then it just sat dilapidated for years and years and years. And then just a few years ago, somebody had purchased it and renovated it, and now it's a venue for, you know, weddings and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to reach out to them, because I think if it's a private owner, I may be able to get in with a private owner, you know, better than like a bigger hotel, or like some of these other places I reached out are owned by the city of Phoenix. Of course, they turned me down, you know. So I might try to reach out to them and see if I can do that, or you know. Jerome's just not close to here. You know, it's a couple hours, so it's not something I'd want to host something all the time, be more like a destination thing.
Right.
But I'm going to try that next.
Yeah, I need to hook you up with my friend Donna Guerin. They run McAville Paranormal out of Maricopa County.
Okay. I'm in Maricopa County.
Yeah, in Phoenix. So these guys here, they've been around. Maybe they can open up some doors for you. She's cool. I've had her on the podcast before. And she's always going to some of these haunted locations that are actually not really hitting your pocket.
That's good.
You know, I think they might be all women. This might be the same team that you're talking about.
If they're the name of their group here, the one I'm talking about is East Valley Paranormal.
No, it's another one.
Okay.
McInville Paranormal. I think it might be. When I talk to her, I think it's an all-female team, or they might have one or two males on there, but most of them are females. Yeah. So I'm gonna hook you up with her, and you know, you guys are basically in the same town.
Yeah. Well, Phoenix is, well, depending on where in Phoenix, it's it could be 30 minutes, 45 minutes from here. But I mean, shoot, if I can, you know, hook up with people and say, hey, what ends do you have, and network that way, that'd be spectacular, man. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, hey, I'm here to help, brother. I am here to help. I mean, I got you.
Thanks, bro.
She's a cool person. She is a cool person, you know, indeed. Dude, coming out of New York, did you get a chance to investigate? I mean, were you in the paranormal community back in New York, or you just started doing this once you reached out west?
So I started doing, it's kind of a long story, but in New York, I grew up in a haunted house, so I got tons of stories. But the house that my parents moved into when I was about 5 years old was clearly haunted. Things moving around, beds coming undone, windows opening by themselves, apparition at the bottom of the stairs, like stuff like that. So I grew up with that, and it was completely normal for me, you know. Um, and ever since then, I've always kind of like I had a weird, I call it weird, but it's kind of cool, like connection with my family, like my family that has passed on. You call it pray, I call it talking to, and I always thought I had a really cool connection to that. Then after living there for 21 years, moving to New Mexico, which if you want to talk about weekend, had some UFO experiences in New Mexico, of course. Where else would that happen, right? And then when it came out to Arizona, I said, you know what? There was a local tour, ghost tour. I was like, you know what? Let me take that. Had a spirit box with me, and I was getting some voices that were directly answering some of my questions. And I said, you know what? Like, I already feel like I was born in this field. Like, let's try it. Let's just go forward with this. So as far as like doing investigations, it's probably been just a little over a year, but I've been dealing with this my whole life.
Interesting. Because,
Yeah.
man, because I know back in New York, dude, there are so many places that you can investigate, and nobody wouldn't think otherwise of you. I mean, because everything is weird in New York, and you walking around with a camera and a K2, that's probably the norm, in New York. People really don't pay no attention to you because everything is so fast and everything is really going.
What part of New York were you in? Were you in the city?
No, so I grew up in a town out just outside of Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small town. Some people call it Poquag, some people call it Beekman, some people call it LaGrangeville. It's kind of got like a lot of borders right there, but most people that live there call it Poquag. And I'll tell you, man, I need to get back there because one of my best friends back in the day, his parents' house was a historical site because George Washington actually stayed in his house. His backyard is a full graveyard with graves, dating back to the late 1700s, early 1800s. And we used to hang out back in there and saw some crazy shit happening back there, but back in the 80s, early 90s, I didn't have paranormal gear. So like, I would love to get back to hometown, which I will as soon as these flight tickets drop down. I can get out there and visit. But yeah, man, there's a lot of history, and I'm sure a lot of activity in that town.
You know what? I bet you do. And you got you have paranormal gear. You just don't use it. You got your eyes. You got your eyes and your ears and your body. True. That's all you need.
It's true. It's true. I guess you could say documented evidence, right? Because I definitely felt some shit happening in that graveyard. I definitely saw things moving around that shouldn't have been moving around, in the dark out there. My friend's house definitely felt heavy in certain rooms. Like, as a teenager, I would run my ass through the room real quick because I didn't want to be in there. The basements that open up this way and you got to, go down into it, Oh, man, all that creepy stuff. But I'd just love to go back there and maybe get some documentation of it, because I don't think the town's against it, but they never pushed anything towards it. So, I mean, not just for me, but to have for the town and say, hey, I found this. This could be a good possibility. What's going on in your neighborhood? What's going on in your town? I'd love to do that, and hopefully I will someday.
I mean, dude, the historical value of that town sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It was a great place to grow up, man. I'll tell you that too.
And having a cemetery in your backyard, Irene, you wouldn't sleep.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have all kind of people come at you. Hey, what you doing? Wake up, do this, do that. It's
nice to leave me alone.
Shut up.
Cemeteries are very interesting. Have you been out to what is that place? Where it's place where they had the gunfight, the OK Corral?
Oh, Tombstone?
Yeah, Tombstone.
Yeah. I went to Tombstone a couple years ago, and that place is it's very touristy, right? So, but the coolest place that I got to go there, I think was called the Birdcage, was the place that I got to go into. That that place was heavy. That place was creepy. Like I felt every corner I turned around, something was watching me. So there is a lot of history there. We went to, I think it's called Boot Hill too. Is the cemetery that's attached to that? Wow, with some really old grave sites. That was fun as well. So that was kind of the good part. Like walking through the town, you don't really see. I mean, if you needed a new overpriced cowboy hat or something like that, that's the place to go. But like, yeah, the Birdcage and Boot Hill, definitely some good activity. I haven't done investigations down there. Like I said, I'd have to email them before I even gave it a shot because I'd hate to pack up all my stuff, get down there, and they tell me no. But Tombstone is definitely a cool place. My next shot after I want to get to also is Bisbee. I don't know if you guys know Bisbee, Arizona.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I heard something about Bisbee.
Yeah, so Bisbee, gosh, what is it, like an hour from Tombstone, something like that. Again, it's another coal mining town, and they have a hotel down there that has lots and lots of activity. And there's also a house, I believe it's called Jacob's House. Have you guys looked that up ever? That place, there's been some murders, some trauma going on in that house. And funny story about that is a friend of mine who's a skeptic went down there with his family, and they didn't tell him that they didn't tell him they were booking him in. I think it was room 13, and room 13 is where all the activity is found. So they put him in room 13, and he was sending me pictures, and he was like, "Oh, I don't believe in this crap," and blah 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 blah. And then I asked him the next morning, like, "So did you survive the night?" And he's like, "Bro, I feel like I'm completely hungover." He's like, "I have no energy, nothing." And he said, and he doesn't even drink. He doesn't do drugs, nothing. He was completely sober, and he felt like crap the next morning. So I'm like, well, that's probably it, man. So I can't wait to grab him along with me, and we can go get some good evidence.
It seemed like they sucked all his energy out of him.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. So Bisbee is a really cool place to research and look at the history over there for sure. I want to get that. It's about 4 hours from here, 3.5, 4 hours from here. So I'm going to get out there soon.
How far are you willing to take this paranormal adventure? How far are you willing to go with this?
Well, I mean, I'm a handyman by trade, right? So I fix stuff. I fix pretty much anything. But I'm getting older. I'm getting tired of doing that. I love this. I would really like to do this full time if possible. But like I said, man, breaking into that field right now is really tough.
Me personally, I just think you're in the wrong state.
True. I could be. Yeah.
Because when I reach out to paranormal teams for having to come on the show, there's really not that many in Arizona. The ones that are in Arizona already have that has that reputation, and they always have the that Camorra with residents and people that own locations. So all they got to do is call them up, like you said, call them up and say, "Hey, can we investigate?" They're going to say, "Yeah," because they've been knowing them for the last 10, 15 years, and it's really a hard thing to do, once to actually get your feet in the door, in some states. And California is another place where I really have a hard time picking up paranormal investigators to come on the show. I don't know what it is. It seems like that whole triangle area is really a hard place to actually do networking, because Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, all those places are really hard to reach out to. Paranormal teams are far and few. California, I probably ran into maybe 3 people.
Wow.
I'm not saying that there's not more out there, but the three that I know of are like, man, it's really hard out here.
It is,
They
man.
all have their own little cliquey groups, and if you're
Exactly.
not part of it, you can't get into it. I know so, because I know a lot of people all over the place, and yeah, they're all connected together. And if you're not part of their cliquey groups, you can't join, or or they won't even talk to you, or they won't
Yeah,
even say hello to you.
You know,
yeah,
as
it's definitely rough.
as slim shady as that seems, you know, sometimes you just gotta put, like you say, like you want to do, Mike, get your own click and just start doing your own thing. But see, but that leaves with another situation, and that's getting into the location. And like you say, these guys are not willing to take the money to even if you offer them money, and then they still tell you no. What the hell? What more can you do?
Yeah.
Exactly. Just keep pushing forward, man. That's all I could do. Just trying to find locations I can get into, I could do. For now, just trying to keep pushing my name out there. What we'd need is like some sort of like Paracon out here, like something where the community can get together and literally just everybody meet each other. I
You're
saw
right.
there was some sort of Paracon coming like way down south, but it wasn't advertised very well. So
But you know
yeah,
what? Paragons in the western part of the United States are they're far and few.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, compared to the Midwest and the Northeast, dude, there's a Paracon every damn week in somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying to get out to the one in Pennsylvania in May, so we might actually be out there for that one
And
at Penhurst.
and I don't even know why that is. I mean, I don't
I don't know.
understand why people
I
are
don't
so
know.
centered.
And there's so much history in the Southwest down here. Maybe they're more focused on UFOs than spirits. I don't know. But yeah, there's so much history here, man, and so much tragedy, and so many like famous names and all that. I don't get it either. I thought it would be a hot spot.
Yeah, I mean, you start messing around in the Grand Canyon, you might come across some stuff that people ain't never seen before because
True.
that place is unbelievable. And I
Yeah,
heard it, and I heard it's hella haunted too. You know,
I wouldn't doubt it.
but the place is so vast, hell, you won't even know where to start.
No, probably some dark valley somewhere. I don't know. I've been there once. That place is amazing. It's huge. But yeah, I'd imagine getting down at the base somewhere. It might be some creepiness going on.
Oh,
I'd love to get there.
there's creepiness everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Oh yeah.
Everywhere. Wow. Are there any pay to play locations in your town where you can actually pay to go?
Not that I've found. Just that one that I just mentioned that down in Bisbee is it Jacob? I keep saying Jacob. I don't remember if it's Jason Jacob's house. The one down in Bisbee, that one there does have a pay to play, so you can rent the whole place out, and I think it was only like $800 or something, and that's not bad with like 13 rooms if I can get a group together to go do it. So I want to make a whole weekend out of it. We're going to hit that, and then we can hit the other hotel that's just down the road that's notoriously haunted. That would be great to get to, but that's the only place I found so far that has a pay to play type of situation.
Oh, dude, I mean that sounds crazy, dude. I didn't think Arizona was. I've heard stories about how Arizona on how they are very selective of who they want on in these locations, but I didn't think it was like that. I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I run into it. I know there's some places out in Tempe out there also, and a lot of times, where they got historical markers on them, they're owned by a society, potentially by the state or county, and they're not going to let you get in there and do an investigation. That's what I'm running into too, out that way.
Well, I always thought the historical society was, and I always thought, how much money you put in their pockets, they'll let you open to investigations because historical society is all about money. because they want
Yeah.
whatever it is they want to renovate. They want to have those funds to renovate whatever property that needs to be renovated. So
Right.
funds is definitely a big problem for them. So you would think that they will open up some of these locations to get donations, to help the properties.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I did reach out. God, what was it last week? I actually reached out directly to the Historical Society. I just sent them an email. I'm waiting on a response. I'm probably gonna hit them up this week in my buzz or something, just to see if I can get any, if they would open anything up. And if they say no, then that's it. Anything they have their historical markers on, I'm not gonna be able to get into. But again, meeting some of the other community would be awesome. Maybe they know somebody that works, at the chamber or what have you. That's gonna help me get in there. So
Yeah,
I need that.
I think you're gonna need an extra pair of hands and an extra pair of feet for you to get going, because it's so difficult. I
Yeah.
mean, woo
Yeah.
wee. I
I'll
mean, it's
hit me up. Anybody in Arizona, hit me up. Acto Mike, man, I want to build a community here, a little stronger than it is now. I think that's what we all need for.
and you mentioned Paracons. Paracons are far and few here in Texas.
Yeah. Are they?
I'm thinking, I know we got Lone Star coming up next month, but that is a small one compared to what they do in the Northeast. Man, those Paracons are in buildings that are maybe 30 to 40,000 square feet.
Yep.
Those things are huge. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
one circle of visiting everybody would take you hours.
Oh, easy. Well, like that Pennhurst one that's coming up in May, man, that place is ginormous. That place is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to get out there. But yeah.
What are they charging? What are they charging to get the door?
Well, it's actually not bad. So it kind of depends. So they have the Paracon during the day, and then they have the investigation at night. So I think the Paracon admission was not that much. It was like $60 or something. But then to get to do the investigation was like 100, 150 per person. But then they're also doing, because they're going to have special guests, like Ghost Hunters are going to be there. Project Fear is going to be there. Ghost Brothers are going to be there. And then you could pay extra if you want to actually do an investigation with these folks. So if you want to go along with them, I think it was like $250 per person to get in there to do it with them. I mean, I would probably pay, because I've watched these guys since I was a kid, and that would just be fun. And who knows, they may have way better, they might actually have a portal, like something way better than I have for investigation. So with travel costs and everything, we're probably looking $3-4 grand to get out there, to get in, hotel, flights, and everything. So that's why it's still on the back burner. But man, it's something I want to do. But we don't have something that big out here in Arizona. I mean, probably the Jerome Hotel is probably the biggest, haunted location out here in comparison to Pennhurst. Not the history, of course, but as far as size comparison, yeah.
Yeah, that place is huge, man. Oh god damn, dude, that's tough, man. Hey, me personally, $3,000. Let's take a poll. How many of you guys would spend $3,000 to go to the East Coast, to go to Pennhurst?
3,000? No.
Yeah, most of that's flight and travel, man. You know what I mean?
Spirit hunting here for only $4.
Yeah. Or hitting cemeteries that are free,
But how do you feel about cemeteries? I mean, because to me, it seemed like that's the way you need to go to actually get that foundation.
Well, here's my thought on cemeteries, man. So cemeteries are basically just like earthly remains, right? So a lot of times I feel like the spirits moved on, or I've seen spirits, may go back to, their site of trauma, linked to their favorite place they were, like for instance, like when we were on the Queen Mary, right? There was a captain of the ship that I feel strongly we were communicating with. We were getting a lot of REM pod hits, a lot of cat ball movement while speaking with this guy, but he was literally from England, and then was buried there also. But people have seen his spirit, have seen his an apparition, of what would look like his uniform. So I don't know if cemeteries offer a lot of activity. So just like it was about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, let me step. We did an investigation at a city graveyard or cemetery here. The reason why we did that is because my girlfriend's sister had unfortunately passed away from an overdose several years ago. So I had offered to sit at her gravesite doing the Estes method for an hour and allow her to try to communicate with her sister through me. So it was there wasn't a huge amount of activity. I mean, as far as direct answers. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the cemetery. Now, the one that we're hitting up next week with Maddie Earp's gravesite, this place has a lot of trauma. This place I've seen video of people's phones getting knocked out of their hands during the day, when they're just videotaping the area. So something like that I'm more excited about. But I mean, if it's generally just like a city cemetery, what have you, I don't know how much activity is generally going to be there. Now, let me also say this. I did go to California and I went to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And that cemetery is covered in marble. Like I can't think of the name right now. The mausoleums are all covered with marble, and the stone tape theory, right? That stones can really hold a lot of that activity. A lot of that residual energy can be stored there. And to be respectful, I didn't set up a lot of equipment. I just brought a K2 with me, and that's all I was bringing. But I felt, like you said, with my eyes and my feelings, I felt a lot. And even at one point, the K2 was reading full bars around me everywhere that I went, until I left one of the buildings, and stated, you cannot attach yourself to me physically, mentally. You have to stay here. Cannot stay with me. And then the K2 meter went back down to 1 green. So there was a lot of activity there, but it may be because of the marble stones that's around it. So it's really hit and miss, man, with the cemeteries. It really is.
Yeah.
Unless you go to something really old.
Right.
It really had a lot of tragic people that died from tragedy, or people who were killed or something like that. Then you really have to, yeah. But
Oh,
you have to,
exactly.
yeah. You have to find something that was really gruesome that happened to somebody. Then you'll get something, right. Unless
Traumatic.
that, you see, people die, okay, all the time, but not all of them are haunted,
Right.
and not all of them are haunt the cemetery. Not all of them do that. So you have to figure out which ones are new, which ones are old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
children who've passed away from something like illness, sometimes you'll get a lot out of that one too.
Well, that's why we're excited, like I was saying with that Maddie Earp cemetery, is because all of those grave sites are unmarked. They've basically just got white rocks, like outlining where the grave site is. There's a memorial there, which they don't even know where Miss Earp is actually buried in that graveyard, but there's a memorial there. So there, and she actually did commit suicide because Wyatt Earp. I don't know if you guys know, he was not the best man. He was a pimp. He was a thief. He was But when she was with him, he had found another relationship. I think when they were in Globe, Arizona, and then actually took off with this new girl and left Maddie there. And then she ended up overdosing on laudanum, which I believe is alcohol and morphine mix, had taken that and committed suicide. So there is definitely a trauma there, and there's definitely some activity going on there. So that's one. But you're right. There's got to be some sort of trauma or some history that's going
Yeah.
to allow the spirits to be
If
residual.
you go
And
back, take pictures, shoot
Oh, I'll
them
have
to me,
pictures.
and I could probably find out where's what and where is she, because I could
Okay.
figure that out easily. That'd be easy for me to find out.
Oh, that'd be great.
yeah, that would be
Yeah, I
great.
can find that out for you too, because that wouldn't be too hard for me to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's my job. That's my job. I deal with the dead all the time.
Oh, I'll have pictures. I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be doing the live stream, so I'll have definitely, streaming from my phone. I'm also going to have a full spectrum around, so we're going to be able to do that, and then we're going to be taking lots of pictures as well. So, if I get an email or some sort of contact for you, I'm more than happy to send that over to you.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok too sometimes because I do a lot of work there too. But I'm on
Okay.
both. I'm on both. I'm on Facebook and I'm on TikTok. TikTok. So yeah, I do a lot of work on both sides, and it's you gotta fill my gotta fill you in like where's the slot I can find you.
Yeah, tell me. I think I know
Uh,
which area of the graveyard we're going to hit. Besides in Maddie's site, where some of the other reports have been happening on these, I think it's the western part by these two unmarked graves that are right next to each other. So I think that's where we're gonna. Well, of course, we're gonna go through and get a baseline with whether K2s or I have a tri-meter now too, so we're gonna give
Do
that a
you
shot.
have the place where she committed suicide?
It was in Pinal, so that city's not there anymore. It was Pinal. What's it called? The city of Pinal. But it was a booming town at one point in time, and then it just died out, and all it's left there is the cemetery. So it's just east of Superior, Arizona, where the legend of the Apache Tears comes from. It's just west of that. But if you look up Pinal County Historical Cemetery, or Pinal Historical Cemetery, something like that, that's going to lead you to the right spot.
She told me she committed suicide in her bedroom. If that makes any sense.
I mean, that could be. That could be. I don't know a location. I just know from what I heard, it was Globe, Arizona. No, it was in Pinal, but there's only a few foundations there, so I don't even know what the building's held. But that could be.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm talking to her right now.
Awesome. Tell her I'm coming.
She committed suicide in her bedroom, or in a bedroom that she was staying at. She felt he cheated, something like that.
Yep, absolutely. They were together for years, and she was a common law wife, and then he just up and left her.
Okay. Guess what? She thought she was pregnant at that time when she died. So it wasn't just her.
Oh.
She thought she had a fetus in her. She thought that, and she was really happy. She wanted to tell him, but he didn't give her any room to talk about it. So it wasn't just her who died. It's the life that was in her who died also.
That would beg the question too, because there's rumors that she was doing prostitution while she lived in Pinal City.
So she got pregnant. She thought it was his child.
That's crazy. How's she gonna get mad at something that she's doing and he's doing the same thing? I don't understand that.
She's right here. She's right here talking to me right here. Yeah.
Okay. Her real name is Celia.
Don't ask how I know. Don't ask how I can do it. Just, okay, I could do a lot of things. Okay, yeah. But
and I don't know if it helps you, but her name is actually Celia. From what I've read, she changed her name to Maddie to stay hidden, because she was originally working on a farm in Iowa for a long time. She didn't want that life, so she ran away, changed her name to Maddie. So it's Celia Blaylock is actually her full maiden name.
She told me that she thought she was pregnant, and she said he was the last person that she was with at that time. So she figured that's his kid who
Wow.
she was pregnant with.
Interesting.
Whoops, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
that gives me some questions I can answer or ask next week as well. I don't know if that's going to irritate her. I don't want to provoke it all.
No, she said she's not angry. She's not angry at all. She just wants she told me she just wants to give him a right hook now. She said,
Well, good luck on that one. Uh, Mike, you mentioned that you have a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
Where did you get your equipment from? Please don't say Go Stop.
Well, one of them I did get from Ghost Stop. So I got the Phasm camera from Ghost Stop.
How much did
Um,
that run you?
well, I got the camera with the attachable light on it because the IR on the camera is not very strong.
Mhm.
I got that and a tripod. I think it was around 200 is what that camera cost.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what? And it's like here's my thought on that too, right? Like I want to start building my own stuff also. So I got an SB7, right? Of course.
Mhm.
And so I just ordered. I'm going to try to make it into my own portal. You guys are familiar with the portals? Um,
Mhm.
they charge like $2,000 for a portal.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
basically, all it is a spirit box that's run through a noise gate that runs through a reverb box back into an amplifier. And I managed a guitar center for about 6 years, so I really know like a lot about music, sound, instruments, stuff like that. So all this stuff should be in tomorrow, and I'm going to see if I can make my own portal box for under $200, rather than $2,000 that they're charging them for. So just to get started, I did buy some stuff like that. But now I'm going to start trying to develop my own. So
Get
moving
yourself
forward,
a teddy bear which has a computer chip in it. You'll do really good with that one.
like the Ghost Stop calls them the Boo Bears. Is that what you mean? Like that?
Well, something that flashes when a child
Yeah.
touches it.
Okay. I do have,
Um.
and that's funny you say that because when we were at the Queen Mary, we were trying to contact Jackie, which is the young girl who passed
Mhm.
away in the pool area.
Mhm.
And man, I forgot to bring my teddy bears with me. So we literally purchased one
Mhm.
on board, it's a creepy looking Christmas tree because it was on sale they had a Christmas event or something like that.
Mhm.
So I have that, which there was a lot of activity on the ship around this. So I'm going to bring that with me wherever
Mhm.
we go. But it doesn't have, like a chip in it, like a cat ball type chip, or
Yeah,
it doesn't,
but
or a REM pod type chip in it.
you can stick one in there if you can't. You can stick
Yeah,
one in there. It's not hard, and
right.
let it blink or let the nose blink or something like that. Or
Yeah,
you can get a Furby. Furbies are really good.
they're creepy.
Um, you can get you can get one of these that I got here. He's really cute too, and you say hi.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's
See,
cool.
and it talks and it moves. See, yeah, you can get one of these too. You see,
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Damn, that's
uh,
cool. Hell, I might have to get one of those.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're not that expensive. They're real cheap, but yeah,
Hell, I
it
gotta
just
find
says
them.
voice activated thing. It works really well. I just keep here these things here.
I have a whole collection of like little dolls that I've found to be creepy, or that I just really enjoyed having. I have a whole shelf of my what I call my creepy doll collection. So
But you gotta
um,
watch out because dolls, which I know, which I work with all the time. I work with haunted items all the time that people have. You might bring that spirit back in that doll.
oh, okay,
See. You didn't know that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
as
You
long as it
might bring
stays in
that
that
spirit.
doll.
Yeah. So so the doll will come back with you with the spirit in it and becomes a haunted item. If it's an empty shell anything
Right.
can come back as a haunted item,
Right.
as an
You
empty
know,
shell. So you gotta
yeah,
be really careful about that
Hmm.
one.
and
If
that's
you
one of
have
the
that, give me a call. I'll help you with that
Okay.
one too.
I'll let you know.
And that's one of the reasons, like Irene was said, there's always that possibility of an attachment or an item that somebody probably liked when they were, when they were alive, and they feel some kind of attachment to there. That's the
Sure.
reason why I don't go to antique stores. I don't go to yard sales. I don't go to estate sales. Places like that has that possibility,
Yeah.
Yep.
especially estate sales, because we know what happened at estate sales. Somebody passed away,
Mm-hmm.
or someone's getting a divorce, or whatever it is. It's still traumatic.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody that has an estate sale just to have an estate sale. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Give it a
And
tragedy.
They don't have that here. It's not allowed. They don't sell items that somebody has passed away for that same reason, because they don't do that.
you know,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, and that's one of the reasons why I've yet to get rid of some of my wife's stuff, because I don't want that possibility. As crazy as that sounds, but a spirit can get attached
To
to
anything. To anything.
anything,
Yep. Yep.
and
Yeah. Well, I mean
you
that also kind of begs this question too. That when I was younger, I mentioned I grew up in New York in a haunted house, and one of the freakiest experiences I had, it's probably somewhere between 5 and 7 years old, when Star Wars was just coming out. It was real popular back then. Um, Sleeping in my room, and this remote control R2D2
Mm-hmm.
figure that I had just started beep 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 going around the room, head spinning, making all sorts of noises. And I freaked out. My parents' room was right next to me. I started banging on the walls like, "Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad!" And they came in, kicked on the light, and it stopped, fell over. My parents looked at it; it had no batteries in it. The remote control was laying on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, we still had tons of activity. So even though it could have been an empty capsule, so to speak, that spirit could have gone in and controlled that, he was able
Mm-hmm.
to release himself and still do other things for several years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
mean that's a whole different situation too. I mean, on the other side of the coin there.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It happens. It happens. Especially, and since you're uh, a child would be an open, open, open book. Okay, so a child does not feel any animosity. They don't know what hate is. They're very open.
Right.
They're very white. They're white light.
Right.
So children will experience a lot more than adult will, because adult will can turn it off more than a child can.
True.
So that's why you find a lot of kids who can see things like, hey, there's an old man there. Yeah, he's got blah blah blah. They can tell you what he looks like, and yeah, what he smells like, and everything more than an adult will. So it's a child is a lot easier to talk to and to ask, like, who do you who what you see, and a lot of parents will ignore that child when that child sees something. So
Yep.
you as a parent must talk to your children, must listen to your children, because your children may see something that may be positive or negative. And you have to be vigilant. You have to be very aware of your child, and aware where you are, and probably the house, or probably what's under the house, or the property is very important to that experience too.
Oh, I completely believe that. Kids are definitely pure. They're not.
Mm.
They don't
Yeah,
have the skepticism yet.
they're
They
not
haven't
corrupt.
been led
Yeah.
askew by modern
Yeah.
society. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just see what they see, they feel what they feel, and they're honest with that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
and it's crazy as it may seem. But when there's kids like that, they see things, and sometimes they might be gifted with certain gifts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys have to remember the reason why some of these northeast locations that are, mostly child oriented that are no longer available, and these locations have thousands of deaths by children.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason why. Because
Yeah.
parents sometimes don't believe in what, especially back in the 40s, 30s, and 20s, when
Yeah.
these locations were open. A lot of people didn't believe in that. A lot of people just thought, okay, now you having a the first thing they say, you having a psychotic episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
We're
you're
gonna
just
see.
dreaming, or you're just, yeah, you watch too much TV or something, like that's what they'll say.
Yep. Put them in Penhurst. That's what they're
Yeah.
saying.
And
You
what's so
know,
really, yeah, and what's so
yeah.
really crazy about it is they would think that treatment would do these kids some justice, which is just the way that they are, just the way that they were born. So most of these kids was going into a situation perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
some of these kids don't even leave the facilities. Once
No.
you're there, and the parents aren't coming back to get you because they don't
Yeah.
want that burden on their life. They don't want that burden, you
No.
Yep.
know, and
Wrong. Yeah.
you're
If you
gone
don't
from that
fit in
point.
that square box, if you're a round peg, if you don't fit in that square box, you're out.
Yep. Yeah.
And
And
That's
you know what?
unfortunate.
My son, my all my kids are all like that too, like me. My
Oh,
mom was
good.
like that too. Yeah, everybody in my house is like that, except my husband. He thinks it's all weird, but it's okay. I'll get him. I'll get him. But yeah, I mean, yeah, all my kids are like that, and it's really hard as a parent because you cannot help your child. You cannot assist them. You can only believe. And one time I said, "How dare you do that to my child? Shame on you." That's what I said, and yeah, I got for saying that, and I said, "I'll never say that again." No, 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 no. I got hit for that one, but yeah, it's just something that some kids do grow out of it, some kids don't, and my kids don't grow out of it. So
I'm still not sure how my kids feel about it. I know we have four kids, and
mhm.
then the my youngest he's 11, and he's freaked out. He's so freaked out about it, but yet he's like, "Dad, take me with you." And I don't know if I want to do that yet. You know what I mean? I'm like,
But
I don't know. There's certain places.
if you talk to him, if you sit down and talk to him about it and tell him some of the experience that you went through,
That's true. Yeah.
they're not stupid, right? They're a lot smarter than we are, okay? Believe
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So they would understand more than you think they do. So never judge a child off how much he understands, because he understands a hell of a lot more than you think he does.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what? And another thing is taking chocolate with you, take some candy with you, take some trigger objects with you, really works. But you have to leave it there for them.
I was planning on
Put
that. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on leaving something, for the spirits, whether it's a copper penny or, with something to leave them,
Yeah.
leave for them.
If it's a wrapped chocolate, like wrapped in like a wrapped candy, hard candy that's wrapped up in paper foil or something, that'd be really good because it won't get dirty, and
Right.
that'd be a lot easy to do. And put that next to a teddy bear, put that next to a trigger object, and tell them, if you can come and sit and talk to me, here's some candy for you. What do you think? Uh, that really works too, because older people and young children who died tragedy will come, and they will come and talk to you more if you bring trigger objects with them. And don't forget to leave the candy there, and don't forget to leave the chocolate there. If it's an old person, bring some stogies, because they'll like
And
that too.
those
Yeah,
older folks for sure like those butterscotches, so maybe I could bring some of
yeah,
those.
yeah.
I know my
You know,
grandparents
you
did.
know, you don't have to spend a hell of a lot of money. Just even maybe a dollar store candy, or something like that, right? That it really works for them, and cigarettes really work too. Just
Perfect.
make sure you don't light it. Just leave it there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't smoke.
Yeah, they like that too. And a radio with old music in it, like the Tennessee Waltz or something like that. They'll like that too. Um, Stuff like that they really like. The
We did
younger
that at
people.
the. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's
Oh,
here.
I was going to say at the Queen Mary, we did that too. We played a lot of 1930s music in our room while we are doing the investigation. Whether it helped or not, I don't know, but we got a ton of activity. So, yeah, that definitely works.
Yeah, dude. Back in the day, the big band music was the thing back then.
Yep, that's what it was.
But the one thing I've noticed about Arizona, a lot of people don't focus on, and I don't know why. Dude, there's a lot of ghost towns in Arizona that a lot of people don't go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, ton.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe because it's the norm, like because there's so many. Maybe it's denial that people just don't want to. I honestly couldn't answer that, man. I mean, like I know there's one not far from here, the Pioneer Living Museum. That's an actual, a ghost town where there's still structures there. That they do paid ghost hunts or tours every now and then, but and maybe it's just that too, that they're all paid. You have to pay a high amount of money just to go visit the place. Now there are a few, like I did find one that's gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It's in southern Arizona, but it's so dilapidated the buildings aren't even safe to walk into. So, but why as a whole people aren't visiting as much? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a conservative state and people see that as being very taboo. I'm not sure. I really don't know.
And religion has a lot to do with it, right? If they're church-going people, well, yeah, you'll find a lot of them will say, "No, you're dealing with the devil." Like, yeah, right.
Could be. I mean, there's a lot of Mormons around here, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But that seems like the major religion.
True, because me being Catholic, right? I was told that I'm not supposed to be doing what I'm doing. I said, "Why not?" And they won't give me an answer. They said, "Oh, because you're not supposed to talk to the dead." And I said, "Isn't that my business what I want to do? If
and don't Catholics do exorcisms?"
Yeah, really, yeah, right. If I'm not supposed to be doing that, I mean, why was I given these particular gifts that I can talk to the dead? And why can't I be doing that? Because you're not supposed to be doing that. They don't give you the answer, right? It's just no.
Because you might find out the truth.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that I know that I can't tell anybody. And Terry and I, we get into scramble because of that. You know. And there's a lot that I know that I can't tell you about when you die and what happens to you and what process that you go through. I was told, you see, you learn a lot when you can talk to the dead, when you can do these things, but you can't tell anybody, right? And then there's a lot of famous people that I know who have passed on, were in the news, who have died, and I know a lot of information on that, but I can't tell anybody. And like, yeah, you're nuts. In the country that I live in, it's a taboo to talk about anything that walks around that's dead, right?
Yeah. They don't want to believe it.
No, well, young people say if it doesn't appear in front of you, they don't believe it because they're more analytical, and they believe the science of it is all they believe in. But I mean, if it's sent in front of you, you're gonna run like you're gonna run. And I'll say, "Hey, come back here," and they go, "No, I'm gone." And I go, "Shoot, that wasn't fun."
See it to believe it, right? Those type of folks. Well, I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona is one of those conservative states, man, where they're throwing it at you. In order for me to believe it, I got to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't you have mines too that people have died in mines also?
A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you have
specifically like
coal
Bisbee is
mines,
one. Yeah.
you have
Ton of.
coal mines, you have all this other stuff that happened back then, back when, right?
Yep.
And when they used to use dynamite and they used to blow up in the mines, and some people did perish when that happened, right?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. What's that? I can't remember his name. That famous case where he had drilled or had a whole dog put dynamite in it and put a big rod down in there and it actually blew through his head, but he survived
Ooh.
from it. And it just that's where the frontal lobotomy came from. They had the idea of changing people's attitudes by drilling a hole in the front of their head. That
Hmm.
came from a mining accident.
Well,
You'd think.
I don't know if that's going to change my attitude.
Oh, Jerry, your head is too big. You wouldn't be able to change your attitude even if I tried.
I don't
And they
know.
say they say I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. You know.
Yeah. But you know, man, these ghost towns, man, I mean, that's where I would be focusing on. I mean, because there's the opportunity is there, hit up the saloon. I mean, I'm not saying to go to every building, but the most active ones would probably be the saloon because where the saloons are, that's where the brothel is. The brothel and the saloon are pretty much in the same place.
Hmm.
You know, uh, yeah, I would definitely try to hit those places up, man. Even if I can't walk in the building, I will try to get as far as I can, put a little voice recorder in there, come outside and ask questions, see if I can pick up anything, grab that voice recorder, and go on my way. And most likely, there's a cemetery in every ghost town. There's a cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, I would
The
tear those.
creepier the one is, the better it is.
I'm trying to get into this one ghost town that's not far from me at all. It's called Goldfield Ghost Town. And because I'm, maybe 15 minutes away from the Superstition Mountains, where, you were talking about the legend of the missing golds over there. And it is actually a ghost town, but it's completely commercialized. It's all tourists right now. And I've tried to contact with them, but I've had no luck yet. But those places I can't get into. But yeah, I need to find other like ghost towns that aren't like quite as touristy, because those are the places that aren't letting me in. They
I was about to ask you, are any of the ghost towns like actual ghost towns, like nobody's around and it's just the leftover buildings and there's like no trespass? There's like you can't trespass because there's just nobody there to say anything.
Yeah. I mean, there's some places, like I was saying before. There's one down south. It's completely dilapidated. It's not safe to even go into the buildings. But that one where we're going to Earps, that was a city at one point. So that is a ghost town. Except no buildings. There's just foundations there with just the cemetery. So yeah, that's what we're hitting there. But most ghost towns that have any structures that may have some sort of integrity left are generally taken over for tourist attractions, unfortunately.
There's another thing that's really interesting is that if you have places that had tornadoes that went through, hurricanes that went through, and people have perished, you get a lot of activity from that too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just got to keep doing my research, man. And just find these places, and hopefully if I can meet up with, other people in the area, they may know that those places, because it helps if you're a local, like if you were born here, these places,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been here 12 years or 13 years, whatever it is. So, which is a long time, but I don't know all that history. So I just need to find those people.
Yeah, you still considered an outsider.
Oh, absolutely. People are like, "Oh, you're from New York?" Yeah.
Well, hell, if they can't tell by your
where
accent,
you're from, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My accent's almost gone, though. I mean, like moving across the country is it's dwindled down. I don't sound like a New Yorker like it used to, except when I say hot dog. That's it, or coffee. That's the only thing that's stuck with me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So you say you got kids, right? How many kids
Four.
you have? Four?
Four. Yeah.
And what's their ages?
11, 13, 18, and 21.
So what does the 21 and 18-year-old feel about what you do?
Well, my 18-year-old is kind of reclusive, so I'll mention him what I do. He's like, okay, cool, And then my 21-year-old, he's a little bit more on the alt side. He's the lead singer and guitarist in a metal band, a local metal band here. So it kind of fits in with the whole goth scene. So he loves it, but he doesn't go along with us. The person that really goes along with us the most is our 13-year-old. And we took him to a cemetery last week, and he was funny though. I said, "Here, I gave him the tri-field meter. I said, "Here, just walk around. Let me know if anything spikes above 1." So there were other people there because we went during the day. Spirits are there all the time, not just night. So we went during the day, and there was other people walking around. He kept hiding it because he felt embarrassed, because of how taboo it was. He didn't want other people to judge him because he was ghost hunting. But I think he's really interested, and he'll probably be coming along with us a little bit more.
Okay. What about the Native Americans there? Have you reached out to them, made any contact with those guys, and talked to them about what's going on? And, maybe they'll let you into some of their locations.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. No, I haven't. I haven't reached out to any local tribes. I just, I always feel like I got to tread lightly, though. Just I don't know, being a white guy with the Native Americans with their history. I don't know. I don't want any sort of static going on there.
Well,
but
if you tread lightly, then nobody's gonna hear you.
That's true.
Yeah.
And my oldest son is half Native American. He's from the Sioux tribe. So, we are connected. And although Sioux is, where was he from? South Dakota, I think, is where his tribe's from. But yeah, I mean, that's probably a great idea, man, because they're really, way more connected to the spiritual world, I feel like, than the other people that I live around, not in my house, but the community I live in, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're really spiritual. They're really into the spirit world, and they can help you more than you think they can.
Or they can help you, or just talking to one. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily got to go to a haunted location on the reservation. I'm pretty sure, just talking to one will give you a lot of insight. The do's and the don'ts. They feel spiritually, and once you get the foot in with that, maybe they'll let you into certain areas on the reservation, because we all know that certain places, it doesn't, if it's haunted, it don't have to be a house, a building.
Could be an area.
It could be an area.
Yeah.
Right.
Terry, Ian, and my friend is Cherokee, okay? And I asked her for help. We all work together with all of us together. If it's a Native American land, I always bring her in, and she's my best friend, so we're besties. And we said, "Hey, I need your help." She goes, "Okay, what?" And I go, "Yeah, this is the place." I show her the picture. She goes, "Oh, that's interesting." And we all talk together. We come on Messenger, and we all talk together. We always say, "Okay, well, we're gonna go to this place today." And she said, "You come in?" And go, "Okay, we'll come." So we're always we all managed to pick a date when we go there, and it's really interesting because they see things a little bit different than we do. They feel things a little bit differently than we do. They know who's a chief, and they know who's a warrior, and you got to be careful what's what and where's where and who's going where, and don't go there.
Oh, I believe it. And like I said, thanks for that. I mean, that's probably, a fabulous idea that I should pursue. And my oldest son's mother, she passed away several years ago. She had her own addiction and her own issues going on. But so my oldest son's grandfather is a medicine man for the tribe. He currently lives in Canada, so we don't really communicate or talk with them too much. But some of the stories, and talking about some of their spirit animals that they have, and experiencing that firsthand. A quick story comes to mind. I was at a bar with my oldest son's mom, walking in to the back entrance of this bar, and I saw this weird animal or creature just hauling ass, just running at me. I was like, what is that? It was an owl. I've never seen an owl run. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it's the weirdest looking thing. But it come running at me. Okay, whatever. We went inside. We played, trivia, what have you. The next day, I was talking to my oldest son's grandmother, and I told her about the experience, and she said, yeah, that was me. She said, I was just checking in on you guys. She told me what I was wearing that day, just to kind of prove that it was her. And she lives in South Dakota, and I was in New Mexico at the time, and her spirit animal is the owl. So, I mean, I've seen this stuff firsthand, and I respect that culture. Like, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So I really feel like I should reach out to them. It's a great idea.
And I always tell people that Native Americans are animal based because that's all they knew. I mean, that's all they actually grew around with. And like I always, say that the one way that a brave will get his markings if he go kill a certain animal, and that animal would be connected to him forever because he would cut the fur off that animal and wear it on his head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why when people tell me that they see these, what are they called?
Skinwalkers?
Yeah, skinwalkers. And the first question I ask is, what did you see? Oh, I saw a wolf, or I saw a bear, and he was the ugliest bear I ever seen. And I always tell them, okay, if you're on Native American land, and which is the whole country is Native American land, and you see a particular animal, it could be the brave just protecting that that property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether people agree with me or not, because skinwalkers can come in different types, different forms. For an example, a skinwalker can be formed as an alien. I'm just going to throw it out there because they were one with the sky gods. So, I can see a skinwalker, being something happened where, and he sees himself as alien or whatever. So when guys died and he's come back to protect the land, he comes back as that. There's different things, but everything is Native American based. Yep. Sometimes the whole skinwalker things get way blown out of proportion.
Yeah, for real.
But you have to watch out for one thing. If there's a warrior and his tips are all red, the feathers are red, which means he scalped a person. He dipped the feathers in his blood and he wears it on his head. You got to watch out for one of those guys because they mean business and they're out to get you. Just be careful of one of them because we had to deal with one of them and it wasn't pleasant. Yeah, it was nasty as hell. But yeah, there was something.
So red tips on their feathers. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, and they wear it on their head.
Ah. I don't want one of those.
And I also see them on their face.
Yeah.
I've seen red. Matter of fact, that's the only I've seen black and I've seen red. I don't know what the black stand for, but I've seen the red.
Yeah, I don't know.
The blood from the human to put on their face.
From the scalping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and they're dead.
Those were different days.
Oh, definitely. But well, Mike, I got a couple more questions, and we're gonna get you out of here. But instead of me asking the question, I'm gonna turn it over to my co-host, and if they got any questions to ask for you, this is the time for those guys to jump in the chat, to jump on
Well, I
and
already asked questions, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I have more questions too.
Yeah. You guys good?
Asked you about Jerome,
Yeah.
the ghost towns. Is there anybody that you watch? Like you were saying you watch the Ghost Brothers and other investigators. Is there anybody that is on your like dream list of investigating with?
So I would probably say Taps, just because Ghost Hunters, just because that's what I started with. I would love to just, meet those guys. I would love to do an investigation with them. However, watching the Ghost Brothers recently, I love their minimal equipment. I love that they're in there just with their phone, their feels, and then that's how they're doing their investigation. So if I had to choose, I would say Ghost Hunters, but my second close runner-up would definitely be Ghost Brothers.
Cool.
That's the way that I investigate too. I don't bring anything because I don't like equipment. It's just me, myself, and I.
I just want to catch that evidence. You know what I mean? I want to be able to show people. That's why I like my
Yeah,
equipment.
I like to go with somebody who has equipment, just to say that yeah, that's what I saw.
Right.
But yeah, but a lot of places that I go to don't like equipment,
Yeah.
and they tell me to put it away.
Yeah.
Put it away. I don't like those. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need those. I won't talk to you if you bring that out.
Trying to flip those skeptics every day. We got to catch that evidence, or they're just going to think you're nuts, like we were saying before.
Spirits don't like them here, okay, because they're pretty old, and as you can tell, the country that I'm in Japan, so
Japan, nice.
yeah, so that place is also haunted too, because the person died, so they erected this Buddha just to appease them. But yeah, it's still friggin' haunted, right?
I bet.
Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. The place that I live in is even worse. Like, you don't need to pay anything. You just go outside your front door and it's haunted, right? Yeah. So you don't have to pay anything. What's your bucket list where you like to go anywhere in the world?
Oh gosh. I really want to hit the Winchester House one of these days. I'd really just like to get to the Winchester House. And the reason why is because, the whole legend is that, she kept building because a medium had told her that it would appease the spirits that were there. But I'm not sure she ever actually had any interaction or experiences with the spirits, if she was just told through a medium. Now, I've seen a lot of other ghost hunting TV shows where they've done experiences there, and not for nothing, I love them, but it's on TV. You get me? Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of times that stuff just might happen.
Ratings, right? Yeah.
So I would love to get into that madness of a structure and just kind of investigate that. So, and I'm not really that far away from there. It's in California, so I think that's one place I definitely want to get to, for real. I think that's the top of my bucket list.
What's the rest of your bucket list?
Okay.
Come on, you gotta tell me. I'm gonna squeeze it out of you.
So definitely Penhurst. Penhurst is on there. That's why we're huge about trying to get out there in May. And then, hold on. Here's my girlfriend. She's also part of the team. So she's
the other part of the team.
She has a better memory than I do.
What of where else we want to go?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. So, well, I don't know that I'm on the spot. I'm like,
yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're on the spot. So definitely those two. Definitely Winchester, Penhurst. I'd like to hit possibly I can't remember the name of the hotel. What was the Shining Hotel? What's the name of that place? My memory's horrible.
Yeah.
I think it's in Wisconsin.
No, it's in Colorado.
Mm-hmm. There was another one in Wisconsin too. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I want to hit all the major places that are
outside of USA.
outside of the USA, I want to go to Ireland. That's always been my bucket list, just castles. But we don't know. We haven't researched anything about what's haunted there or where you're going to get those experiences. But that's my roots a little bit. So
Yeah, Ireland, Scotland, doing an investigation in castles, that would be spectacular.
yeah,
I would love to do that. Transylvania, maybe? Is that?
oh, is that haunted?
I'll
Yeah.
go with you to
Is that a real place?
Pennsylvania. I'll
Oh,
go
that
with
would
you.
be,
Plan a
That's
trip.
what I want to go.
yeah, that would be great.
What
That'd be
about
The Shining Hotel? Were you
Yeah.
talking about the one where they filmed the movie in Colorado, or where it actually happened? 'Cause I
Yeah,
actually-
what it was based on. I think it started with a W. I can't remember the name.
yeah, I forgot the name too, but I know the one where they filmed it wasn't the hotel that it was based
That's-
on.
the Stanley? The Stanley is the one that was
Yeah.
in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, the
The
Stanley's in
Stanley
Colorado,
Hotel.
but it was based on an actual hotel that was somewhere else.
Right. We saw an investigation not too long ago on TV that was at the actual place. So we'll figure it out.
The one where here's Johnny. Yeah, the Stanley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So look me up. If you guys ever got it in, get into those places. Let me know. I'm in.
And I'd
We'll
say
be there with you.
if you know any
You know the one-
haunted, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
The
if
one-
you see any of those haunted towns in Arizona that are not like hugely commercial, send them our way because we'll go. Like, and we're gonna go to the commercial ones, Tombstone, Jerome, those places too. But we want to
Into Jerome.
yeah, he's been to Jerome. I haven't. He's been to Tombstone too, but I haven't been to any of these. But we were gonna go a couple days ago. I took off work and I was gonna take him to the Superstition Springs mountain place that he was telling you guys about, the one that is willing to let us in. But I was like, I want you to see behind it, like up into the mountains, because I have childhood memory of finding a mine behind this place where it's not their property anymore, it's the mountains. And so we were going to go yesterday and go to this week for our anniversary to a couple of these places, and we got sick, so we couldn't go. But yeah, so you'll see a lot more. But I was hearing you earlier, and I was thinking, if you find any of these like less traveled abandoned towns in Arizona, let us know. We'll go. We'll investigate.
Yeah, any viewers, you guys, anybody, let us know. Any tips would be
Another
great.
thing I'm
Cool.
hearing, I hear a lot of stuff. Okay, that's me. You have to bring an obsidian. You have to bring a clear crystal with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wear an obsidian bracelet all the time, just in case.
Did you put it on your left hand?
It's on my left hand. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because then that helps draws energy to you, but don't put it on your right hand because somebody else will take the energy from you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I try to
And-
cleanse it moonlight or selenite often, just to try to cleanse that, get rid of negative energies.
Yeah, if you have a sunlight stick, that works really good. And you brush it that way to remove
Okay.
the energy off of you. And you
Okay.
always do it before you get into your home. So
Oh.
you don't bring it in your home.
After the
I need to do that. Thanks for that heads up. Oh no. Thank
Because
you.
we're really superstitious about bringing stuff in your home, right? Yeah.
Right.
'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah. We're crazy superstitious about that. So don't bring it in your house. And cleanse your equipment after your investigation each time.
And cleanse it.
Using Palo Santo and sage together will cleanse your equipment after one
Okay.
investigation before you go into another one. Yeah.
Okay.
Them's the rules.
No, thank you for that.
We
Thank you
got
for that.
rules in this. Yeah.
You know, go ahead, Irene. Okay, I got two more questions for you guys. Since you guys are in Arizona and you're in the UFO capital of the world,
Mhm.
would you try to tweak your paranormal into ufology, or you just want to keep it on one side? Because a lot of people in Arizona and Phoenix, in Arizona in general, they kind of have 50-50, the ufology and the parapsychology. Are you willing to go to the right, or are you just going to stay to the left?
I think I'm going to stick with the spirits for now. Even though I have, like I said, I didn't even get to that story, but in New Mexico, I did have a strange experience with a UFO. So I mean, I can tell you, want to hear the story?
I'm like, when we get bigger, we can do both. Yeah.
So it was in a town, and now it's much bigger. It's called Rio Rancho. It's like a northwest suburb of Albuquerque. And this was way back in, gosh, I think it was like 1988. Of course, I was probably 14, something like that. I was with my uncle and aunt, and they were driving in the vehicle. We were coming up this hill, and we just, saw this hovering light that had come over the vehicle, was kind of zigzagging, kind of back and forth like this for a couple seconds. All of the lights in the vehicle started, blinking on and off, the dashboard, the radio, like there was a loose wire or a short in the vehicle. And that only lasted maybe 5 seconds, 6 seconds. And when everything came back on, my aunt's finger was bleeding right from the tip. And then that light had gone away. So that experience there even enhanced me of thinking that, aliens are real, UFOs are real. I've already believed in spirits. But however, right now, I think on the path that we're on, we're going to stick with spirits, ghost hunting, investigating, but UFO is definitely not off the table.
Okay. A lot of people, when they mention going to a location to investigate, a lot of people don't want to go to the most haunted city in the country. I don't know why that is. But do you know the most haunted city in the country is?
I don't.
Irene, do you know?
Texas?
City.
No. Ian, do you know?
No, I would guess Galveston.
No.
Texas?
Yeah.
I would think East Coast, where it's older, no? Like I don't know, somewhere in New England area, Rhode Island, Salem, something like that. I don't know.
Savannah.
Georgia? Wow. Crazy. I had no idea.
And a lot of people don't like going there, but that place is amazing. I mean, the playground is haunted because there are so many bodies there. If you guys... Savannah is like another Gettysburg because the Civil War, it was so much fought there in Savannah. It was so much death. It was like then you're dealing with the slavery aspect of it. You're dealing with the Civil War aspect of it. All that clashes together in one town. It's damn, it's a haven.
Remains,
for spirits. Like I say, dude, they tried to remove the. Well, actually, no, they didn't remove it. Yeah, they removed the headstones, but the town square used to be a cemetery.
Oh, wow.
And they put a playground there.
And they didn't remove the bodies; they removed only the headstones. So the headstones
they didn't move the body; they just moved the headstones. And the craziest thing is the city of Savannah city workers, when they sometimes dig like water mains. When they dig those water mains up, they're actually digging up bodies. They actually found bodies when they dig them up. With dude, that town is unbelievable. It seemed like every little store, hotel has some kind of, if you guys believe in residual energy, have some kind of energy of the war that was there, because you gotta realize Savannah was the epicenter of Civil War. I mean, there's a lot that went down in that little town. Before, and it was crazy. I think it was Gettysburg, then Savannah. They fought the big war in Gettysburg, then they moved on Savannah to take Savannah. Once they took Savannah, that was basically the end of the war.
Ah, that makes sense. Now, how are the investigators down there? I wonder, is it overpopulated with investigators, or are they denial like we're talking about in some other places?
Well, you know what? I ran across like maybe 5, maybe 6 investigators down there that investigate, but
with your stuff.
they cannot keep up with all the activity that's down there, because every town, I mean, not every town, every little part of the town is constantly activity.
And the houses too, probably in that area also, right?
Yes, everything. You
The
know,
norm.
some of the houses were set up. Some of the houses were set up as hospitals. People died in those hospitals.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
emergency hospitals, like for soldiers,
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, what I mean, you're dealing with the bar where these guys will go in there and they'll drink, you know, and they'll shoot themselves. So you're dealing with that aspect. I mean,
Right.
there is so much in that little town that is going on. Dude, there's not enough paranormal investigators to keep up with the activity.
Wow. Huh. Is there like iconic places down there? I know you said everything's got, you know, residual energy, but is there like the place in Savannah? I wonder.
Dude, I heard the town square is where it's happening.
That would make sense. And that's outside. That's probably public access, right?
Yes, public
That'd be
access.
great.
Can only set up so much, but still,
Yeah,
like
that'd be great.
like Mike was saying earlier, we're finding a lot of these places we're going to be going, or you know, just to check out with the EMF readers, maybe
Yeah,
doubling
handheld
up,
stuff. That's
walking, yeah,
what they allow you.
handheld.
I mean, I don't know any place where you can go, especially a town square, and
Set up your camera,
you'll see something that you know that shouldn't be there.
right?
Possibly Old Town Albuquerque. I've heard rumors of there being, I think it was Civil War soldiers being buried in their town square, and then had built a gazebo on top of it. There was more to that story, but that just reminds me of that.
That's wild, because I didn't think the Civil War reached up into Mexico. I know it got certain parts of Texas, the east.
It may have been Mexican-American War. There were soldiers, as far as I know. I don't know.
What was Alamo, San Antonio? I don't know.
Horrible with history.
I don't know history, but I know I've been to the Alamo. I lived there for a while, not at the Alamo, San Antonio, and there's a feeling there for sure. And it's they have the tourist stuff open in the day, but like at night, I don't know. I have a picture of, I met my friend she had a layover, and I got her from the airport, and we're there, no one else on the street, nothing. Me, her, and my baby, who's our 18-year-old now, in a picture. And when I look at the picture, you can get the feels of like there's activity here, there's stuff here. So.
Yeah.
I did not even click onto that. Somebody, I don't know what the heck that was about.
I saw that. It popped up, yeah.
Yeah, they say San Antonio is one of the most haunted cities because of the Alamo.
That was going to be my guess when you were asking haunted cities. Yeah, I mean, every time somebody would come to visit me, let's go to the Alamo, let's go. And they have a haunted hotel there too, and a specific room and things. It's right there. It's all on the same street, like right behind the Alamo and the river. I can't remember what it's called. It's a man-made.
The Emily Morgan Hotel, the Manger Hotel are both really haunted. Yeah.
And
the Emily Morgan Hotel used to be an insane asylum hospital, and the pool, where the pool is on the first floor, was the morgue.
Oh gosh, now it's a pool for like the public? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a hotel pool, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you walk down the Riverwalk, like
That's
most
it,
of
River
those buildings look like you could just feel it. Like, there's something is odd about this whole area. Something's just off.
Yeah, and it's so commercialized, all of it, but but you can still, if you're in tune and there, like
Walk down the river walk late at night and see what you get.
Yeah, I did that.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I did that. Me and my son went down there. Not even on a paranormal investigation. It was just one weekend. We used to call it camping, but I'm from the city in New Jersey. So my idea of camping is getting a room at the Hyatt and putting our feet in between the two beds and sleeping on the floor. Like that was our camping. So we got a room at the Hyatt on the Riverwalk one weekend, and we just stayed in San Antonio all weekend. And late at night, we went walking down the Riverwalk, and yeah, it was a strange feeling. Even if you go across the highway to the other side where the stadium is, there's like a stadium over there and a whole neighborhood back there. It was weird over there. And I don't know what it was. I didn't even see anybody. It was just a feeling.
Yeah. That's a place I want to take him for sure. Like, because like I said, every time someone come to visit me, I lived in San Antonio for 4 years. So every time anyone came to visit or came to see us, we'd go to the Riverwalk and the Alamo. And I never did the ghost hunting things and stuff, but
We'll put that on the bucket list.
And the wax.
Put that on the bucket list, okay?
Yeah.
Wax
That's the rest of your list, Irene.
I'm bringing Terry and Ian to visit me here. That place here is haunted. It's another place on that side is haunted too. 700 samurai warriors have unalived themselves in a cave.
Oh.
I want to bring it's closed off, but yeah, they've got a fence around it, but you can walk in it. Yeah, you can walk in the cave, and that place is also haunted. Like nobody wants to visit these places here, right?
Yeah, right.
Japan. We do. We'll come.
Yeah, we'll come. We'll go. I'll take you to the cave because the cave is very close to the temple that I go to, and that's also haunted too. So.
Loaded with places there.
Something that's not haunted here, okay? Yeah. It's just crazy. And this place here is this side, that side is the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and this side is the mountain. So they had a lot of fighting and a lot of battles around the mountains. So yeah, you see everything that's crazy going on that side of Japan. It's just it's not scary, but when you take pictures, things can crawl out of your pictures, right?
Fascinating still.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Just freaking weird.
If you ever get a chance to go to Denver International Airport, that is another place that was totally over budget. Took them an extra 5 years to build the airport, and there's something weird that's going on there. I mean, you just if you don't pay it, if you go there late at night, you catch a late flight and there's nobody in there. Well, there's always somebody in there, but if you can get to a location where you can actually feel something. There's something not right about that airport.
Maybe it's built on something that's not
It's definitely built on something. But
I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Definitely don't know what it is. But anyway, hey, Ian.
Yes.
Tell Ecto Mike about your first investigation with NSPS TV Paranormal.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh no. Here, let me get comfortable. Here we go.
All right. So, first investigation. First of all, I met Terry because my mom was out getting her nails done, and she saw a card that said NSPS Paranormal, and she knows like I'm really into paranormal stuff. So she was like, "Hey, you should contact them and see if you can maybe go out with them or something." So I called him, and he set up a meeting. We went, talked for a minute, and he said, "Hey, well, we have an investigation tonight. Do you want to come out?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." So we all meet. We go to this location. We're breaking in the window. Yeah, we had to.
No judgment.
We
Keep
didn't,
going. You're good.
we didn't break anything, but
Okay.
we had to
Sure, you want
climb
to
in the
say that
window.
on social media?
We had to climb in the window, and
You gotta get into trouble.
first of all, there was nothing moving in there, which was strange for a Texas spring. You know, around sunset, there was nothing flying. There were no beetles, no cockroaches, and it was kind of weird. Actually, there was no smell. It was this abandoned nursing home.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it was an abandoned nursing home.
I know that one.
What happened? We felt something heavy, and it was hot. It was hot, like unreasonably hot in there. And so we're walking around the whole time. We noticed, one of our mediums noticed one of those things in there, the SKIN. And yeah, so we continued our investigation and then went down in the basement. Somebody took something from one of the drawers. It was like a little knob from one of the drawers.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, yo, you should probably put that back. And she was like, nah, no, I'm good. Like the spirits, like I asked the spirit, she asked the spirits if it was okay to knock it out of her hand, if it wasn't okay to take it. And nothing knocked it out of her hand. So she was like, all right, I'm taking it. So she walked around with it the whole time. So we get back upstairs by where that thing was. And I got this feeling. This was my first investigation ever. So I'm not really sure about my feelings. I'm not sure what I'm feeling. I don't, but in that moment, I said out loud, like, hey guys, we should probably get out of here soon because I feel like something is about to try to take our energy. And not 20 seconds after I said that, the person that took that thing was against the wall, stiff as a board. I don't know if she was having a seizure or what was going on, but she was like, her jaw started popping.
Wow.
Yeah. And Terry ran out of there.
I bet. That's time to go. When that happens, it's time to go.
You see, that's the rule number one. You never take anything out of a haunted place.
The only thing you take is pictures, man.
Yeah.
But
The
not
other guy
only
we
that,
were with,
we didn't listen to the warning sign that was coming, that because we heard the big bang. I mean, we heard the truck like a tire blown in that building.
yeah,
I mean, it was
something,
boom.
something slammed the door. It's on video somewhere, but we were all standing around, and then like way down the hallway, it sounded like somebody slammed the door, but harder than somebody slamming the door, the wind slamming it shut. Like 5 people just had their hands on the door and with all their force just slammed it closed or open. And then we walked down there and there were no closed doors.
Weird. Awesome. Dude, but respect to you still doing it after that experience. You know, you fell off the horse and you got back on, man. Like you're still doing it.
I was cool. They were scared.
Terry wasn't. He ran out.
Yeah, Terry ran out.
Ian has a very good he's very open inside, so he has the ability. So I'm trying to bring him under my wing and I'm teaching him.
I'm telling you, Mike, if you would have saw that, okay, let put all the big pictures together. Everything that happened within a 3 to 4 minute timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard the bang. I think that was the warning.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was the warning.
Yeah.
That was the warning. Get the fuck out of my place.
Mhm.
And leave that thing in my place and don't take it with you.
Well, yeah. Well, on his in Spirit Talker, it says dangerous. Then
It said she is dangerous on my.
Oh,
Spirit.
no
Yeah.
way.
And
Awesome.
I thought it was talking about a spirit that was there,
Sure.
No,
but it might have been talking about somebody
She-
we were with.
Yeah.
she did something that she wasn't supposed to be doing, and she took something that she wasn't supposed to be taking. That's why they said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like it knew that was going to happen because the she is dangerous thing happened like almost immediately when all of us got inside. That was like one of the first and only things I got all night on the Spirit
Yeah.
Talker. Besides
Yeah.
when, oh yeah, also the same person, we were in another room and there was a spirit in there, and she was asking the spirit if she could attach it to her ring, bind it to her ring to take it with her if it didn't feel safe there. And on my Spirit Talker, it was like, nah, we're good.
Like,
Yeah,
you
my Spirit
don't
Talker,
do
Spirit
that.
Talker said something like, no, we are at peace. Like, we're fine. Leave us alone.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Terry, I'm right there with you, man. I would have been like, all right, peace. It's time to go, guys.
Well, no, see, it wasn't the spirits that got me. It was the individual that got stiff as a damn rock.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Petrified something.
when
Yeah.
when she started going through convulsions, I'm looking in, was like, I don't know if he was trying to shake her or whatever the case may be, but we also had a guest with us that day that experienced all that.
Oh yeah, comedian. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
we
He was a
had a
comedian.
comedian that
So
was
he
with
was
us.
terrified.
And so once that all happened, and the other medium on the team, Tony, was, I don't know. I didn't wait around to see what he did, what they did. But all this happened in a 2-minute time. I packed up my equipment and I got the hell up out of there. I left everybody.
Tony actually pushed her out of that energy. I don't even think he touched her. He just like went like that behind her, and she kind of just fell out of it, and then she started throwing up and hyperventilating a little bit. And then
He was okay though. I mean,
once we got outside and she drank some water and we were out of that, yeah, she ended up being fine, I guess.
oh man.
But yeah,
not,
you gotta be careful, you know, like
she's still,
what
hey,
you do.
she still be there right now.
Like, yeah, you won't be able to come out afterwards, right? But then you say you know, you pick and choose your battles that you go to, you pick and choose the places that you go to. And if you're not ready for it, you don't go, right? It's just
Right.
plain and simple as that.
Have not been back since.
You see,
I went back.
here,
Oh, you
here,
did.
I don't
I
don't
went back.
choose, I don't go to certain places because I know it's not good, because I want to live tomorrow, right? And there are places here that will take your life if you go there, no matter if it's day or night. Yeah, you just have to be careful. And that's one of those places is Suicide Forest. I'll never take these two there, and I'll never go there because that's the place where you die. You don't go there to visit.
Yeah.
It's
Heard
one of
about
the places.
Suicide Forest.
I went
Yeah.
back to the nursing home because there was also a dead bird in there. But
Oh God.
it didn't smell like dead bird, and it wasn't decomposed. It was like full feathers, everything, no head nowhere to be found. Headless
What?
bird. Yeah, it was weird. It was so weird. So I wanted to go back to see if the bird was still there in that same condition, because I suspected that the skin thing was using the bird to get in and out of the building to do
Okay.
whatever it had to do. So I wanted to go back to see if the bird was just there. So me and a friend went back, drove up. The window was wide open. Like, this would have been easier to get in than it was when
The first
all of
time.
us went. Like, it was
Yeah.
it was right there. Like, we pulled up and that window right where the bird was wide open. I could have just climbed in, walked in, but I got this feeling something was telling me, don't go in there. Don't go in there. When I walked up close to the window, it was just like, no, do not go in there. And this is a 45-minute drive from where I live. So I drove all the way out there to turn around and come back home because something was telling me, do not go in there.
Well, you know, that place has the gatekeeper, right? And the gatekeeper takes care of all the dead and everything else that's in there. So if the gatekeeper stopped you from going in there, you listen to the gatekeeper.
And what's the square footage on that location? I mean, I think you looked it up last night.
Yeah, I think I said 20,000.
Oh,
20,000 feet. Yeah, it's a huge place.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I think each person could take their own hallway. They can talk, and we wouldn't hear them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think what after happened there, after what happened to that person that I know that did that, I don't think they would trust the living anymore going in there.
Well,
Yeah,
I
would
heard
escalate.
they said something. How do you steal from the dead?
Yeah, I don't know. All
But
I
they
know
wouldn't
is
trust the living anymore that would be investigating in there. They wouldn't make it safe anymore to go in there
yeah, it didn't
after
feel
that
safe
happens.
at all.
So
Yeah.
And
you lost the ability to go in there, and you lost the ability, and you lost the trust that goes in there anymore. So it's more like no.
yeah, I remember 3 years ago when we went. Yeah, no, probably about 4 years ago. 4 years ago when we first went to that location. Uh, we've got the same feeling, the same activity, the same location. But it was something new to them because
Mhm.
nobody has been in that location in over 19 years. That
But you
place is,
took me there, didn't you?
yeah,
I
that
remember.
was first time.
Yeah, he took me there, and it was okay. But
But
after that happening, they don't trust anybody who's living anymore.
and yeah, and the craziest thing is they had some urban explorers in the building also, but
Oh boy.
we never came across them. The building was so big, I didn't know they were in there, and they didn't know that, and vice versa. I didn't know they were in there until they opened up the back door, and that right there freaked me out because I'm thinking that nobody else is in there. And I
Yeah.
see these urban explorers coming out, and they're like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "Well, we're investigating this place. Oh, we're urban explorers, blah blah blah." And at that time, the place was semi in good condition because I think the city was allowing urban explorers to go and you know
Explore.
go and explore it, but there was rules and conditions by it. You
Yeah.
can't tear nothing up. You can go explore, and that's why the back door was always open for the urban explorers, because that's the only place in. Now, when
Yeah.
I come back from, when I took in out there, that back door was locked, and I'm like, oh, something must have happened, and they put this
Yeah.
big old thing in there, but we walked around the building because there are two more doors, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't go all this way and not get in this place. But man, they knocked all the windows out, so I knocked out the window, just opened up the door. What it is. If you want to call it trespassing, it's trespassing. But see, I didn't see no trespassing sign. I might have, I might not have. I mean, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, depending on where you went in the building.
Yeah.
But dude, that location there. I would, if I had a rating system, all the locations I've been to, oh man, that's got to be an 8 on my weird meter right there.
Wow,
Mm.
sounds insane.
But I think it got worse
Yeah, I'd
after
say
that.
it's like a 10 now.
Yeah.
Like when I tried to go back, it was like, even if y'all were with me, I would have waited outside.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was strong. It was strong. Do not go in there.
Wow.
It was okay before that. No, it's gotten worse.
Yeah, that building is post World War II, I think.
Mm.
Wow. Been there a minute. You all said that's in Texas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about 2 hours from where I live at.
Okay.
No, Elgin? No, it's like 45 minutes from you.
What, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, I got to consider traffic.
I used to drive out there just for sauces. They have a couple famous barbecue spots out there.
Oh, yum.
But that, the other, yeah, dude, that place right there, man. If anybody ever buy it, it would be a great. And then Ian looked into how much it would cost, and I think it was like $500,000 to buy. And that would be a great. And I'm telling you, it would be a great paranormal, and a haunted location. But
Yeah.
you would have to put so much, another $1 million worth of work into it just to get it up to code, to get it up to city code or county code to have people spend the night and and
But
investigate.
you'd have to put rules in place.
Like
Like you can't touch anything. You can't take anything with you. You can't do this. You can't do. You got to put rules in place in that place, because they just got really mad, and yeah.
And they had an elevator there too, but it wasn't working. They had the basement elevator, everything.
Wow.
They had
a lot of money to work on that.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I think the only people that actually been in it is me, us, the Urban Explorers, and there's another team that did a YouTube video about it. But that was like 10 years ago, way before I even came along. But yeah, man, that place there is unbelievable. I mean, give it a 10, I give it an 8. Because every time you go there, you're gonna have activity.
So you're all at a 9. So we'll just call it a 9, man. That's a lot of activity.
But Ian, if you ever go back there, you have to talk to the spirits and apologize to them what happened. That's what you have to do when you go back there.
And they did not like women. And I think that was, and you know what? And her being there, it's not the only time that I had women problems in that building. They're okay with the men, but we're talking pre-World War II and post-World War II, where it wasn't too many male nurses running around.
Right.
I mean, female nurses. It was mostly male nurses. So male to male is okay. Male to female, especially in those days, those guys will feel some type of way.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, I don't want you looking at my body. Now it's the norm.
Yeah. Not done.
Female nurses are everywhere. There are more male nurses than orderlies. I don't even think they use the word orderly anymore.
No.
No, not since the Disorderlies. Remember that old movie Run DMC did? Sorry, that just stuck in my head.
Yeah. So they don't even use that anymore. So every time a female will go in there, dude, something will happen to them. And you can't leave them in a room, because a room that's active, dude, post and pre-World War II, those guys would definitely feel like, they would feel like, what the hell are you doing in my room? You're in my space. Get out.
Yeah.
But you see, when I went there with you, they didn't do anything.
No, maybe because they were scared of you. But anyway, dude, all right. Well, Hector Mike, man, any last shout outs or any last thing you have to say before I get you out of here? Here's the time for you to say it, brother. The floor is yours.
I would just say, if there's any other Arizona teams out there, man, that would want to chat, build a stronger community in Arizona around the paranormal, it's time for us to bond, to meet, and to get out there and explore and just kind of show the world what the Southwest actually has.
Ecto Mike on TikTok.
Ecto Mike on TikTok.
Or Shondella96.
I'll look you up on TikTok.
Yeah, please do. And thank you so much for having us on today, man. It was we had a blast. It was really fun telling stories and hearing your guys' stories. It was spectacular. So thanks.
I will when I get off of here, I will reach out to Donna and give her your information, and perfect. I will, give you her information so you can reach out to her. Are you on Facebook or just on TikTok?
Well, my Facebook's just like my personal page. That's it, So basically, you can reach out to her, or my TikTok. Either way. Oh.
So on mine's Shondell, like SHAWNDEL Graves, and my Facebook is public. It's everything. and Instagram and stuff. But I'm gonna veer my Instagram more to the business. But Shondell, I'm the only one. I mean, the only white one. You'll find me.
Yeah. Or just hit me up on TikTok. You can hit me directly. So either way, you got those options.
Yeah, I just sent you a message, Mike. I was already following you.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
What is going on?
Oh, you found me.
Yeah, that's her video.
Okay, that's you.
Yep.
Yeah. That's probably the Estes at the graveyard, right? Or no, that
my
was
sister before we went to the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
That was we're going to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh, I followed you too.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Thank you. All right, guys.
I'll do it afterwards when I
You got it.
because I got a lot to
Well,
work.
before you get off, I'm calling Donna right now. Let me see
Okay.
if she can answer.
Mm,
What's up, buddy? Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, got a quick question. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, man, I got a gentleman in Arizona that wants to do some collabs with you. Are you so you cool with that? Okay, now if you want to go to his TikTok page, his name is Ecto Mike.
Let me grab a pen. Where in Arizona is he?
He's in Phoenix. You're in
Mesa.
Phoenix, right, Mike?
Oh,
Mesa.
Close.
No,
Close enough.
he's in Mesa.
still, that's even closer to me than Phoenix is.
Oh, okay. Where are you at? Where you at again?
I moved down back to Grind. I used to be in Phoenix, but I moved out east.
You moved out east to Costa who?
Casa Grande.
Casa Grande. That's a little south of us, yeah.
Yeah. How far is that from you guys?
Hour?
About an hour.
Okay. Yeah, his name.
It's not that far.
Okay. Yeah, his name is Ecto Mike. He said he's been having a real hard time with locations out there.
Access, yeah.
Getting access, and I like, well, dude, you need to talk to Donna because she got the hookup. She's going, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm telling you,
We're going to do some free public events. So I've been contacting some people. But yeah, I mean, if you want to join in, we can meet up and talk about it. That'll be cool.
Mike,
For
can you
real.
hear her?
Yeah, I can. For real. Let's do it. Reach out. We'll exchange.
Cool.
All right, dude. Hey, man, I just started something
Hey,
new.
paranormal matchmaker over here.
Right.
I would-
Thanks.
Thanks, dude.
So TikTok.
yeah, Ecto Mike.
ECT.
I'll hit them up here shortly.
Yeah, hit him up, man. I mean, it seems like the Arizonians is not feeling him. He's from New York and all, but
Right.
Kelly.
Out here, which I don't understand why they're like that. Instead of working together, they feel that they get a hold of a location, they want it to themselves. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what Mike
that
said?
happens more now than later. They want to keep to themselves, so they want to be with the people that.
Mike actually said that. But hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you get off of here. I'm actually on a podcast with him. Did you find him on TikTok?
Just trying to pull up my phone so I can find it.
Awesome.
Let's see. Let me look real quick. TikTok. Oh, wrong phone. I'm on the phone. I can look at TikTok phone.
No. Now you're being goofy. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna let you get off and let you reach out to him. Hey, but I'm letting you know, guys. Now, both of y'all owe me lunch.
All right.
I got you.
If I'm ever in Arizona, both of y'all owe me lunch. That's
Grubhub. So yeah, when you come out, find us, man.
All right, Donna, I'll holler at you later. All right, bye. Hey, they're cool people, man. And he's got to hook up to some of these locations you're possibly wanting to get into.
Heck yeah.
Great.
So everything is good. But in the meantime, hey, man, thank you for joining us on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but success
Same.
on your continued adventures. Hey, and if you're up to it, we can do this again.
Yeah, we'll schedule again. Let me get a few more hunts underneath, and then we'll reschedule. Man, it was fun. I had a great time tonight.
And look, she's over there
Let us
shaking her
know
head
if
like,
you come out to Texas.
All right.
all right, guys. Hey, thanks for everybody in the chat. All my co-hosts, you guys hang on for a minute. But everybody that was on the stream tonight, I appreciate you guys joining us. And I will see you. We don't have a podcast tomorrow, but I will see you next weekend. I'm not sure who's on the. Irene, do you know who's on the show next weekend? Let's see here. I can figure that out right quick.
Oh God. Yeah, when you do that, you always tell me, and then I'm like, huh?
All right, guys, we're out.
All
Okay,
right,
bye.
guys.
We'll see you later. Nice meeting you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.